What's good with the YouTube? Y'all already know Big Flacco with the convicts reaction. We smash, dash, and we react. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support this. Hit that bell notification for future fire reactions. And so I'm gonna this topic kind of is been brought up all week, last 2 weeks about the active, inactive, and so forth, man. And I'm gonna react to into the overall collective. And I'm gonna sit there and say that finally inactive really got it down. And that's John Diesel. He did a 26-minute video, man. We're not going to play the whole thing. I'll play different parts of it, but tap into him, John Diesel, man. He's a real one, man. You know, he doesn't support nobody, but he's not against anybody, and he keeps it 100. And he kind of spoke about how he taps into a lot of our channels because we speak on a lot of truthful events. He further said that a lot of Gunner's YA stories, he was there and present for some of those. You know, and he further kind of clarified a lot of other stuff, man. So, you know, he's always been one, like I said before, who ain't gonna sugarcoat it. He's not gonna sit there and be disrespectful, you know. And he kind of put things in a real. Some of the rappers out there, the rap game need to be called down their shit. You know, he's been on level 4s and whatnot, man. And the thing that he kind of talked about was that some of these dudes that be talking in the comments, right? You know what I'm saying? They don't show their face. We don't know what's about them. We don't know who the hell they are. You know, anybody can sit there and say they're active. He goes, but he doesn't know till he knows. You know? Whereas opposed, he said that a lot of cats will talk that smack, but they won't show their face. And that you got some of those cats like us that are inactive that show our face. You know, so here's a look. I'm going to play a little bit of parts of this, man. Let's get this going. Download right here. I'm going to go through this a little bit. The real John Diesel, tap into this channel, man.
Man, you already know what it is, man. John Diesel, man, back at it like a real trap addict, man, again. Tapping in with y'all, man, again. You already know what time it is, man. You already know what the clock say, man. Straight to it, man. Straight to it, man. Look, man. Look, there's so much bullshit to talk about out there, man. But look, we're going to talk about non-actives and actives and DOs, dropouts, whatever y'all want to call them. And I'm not here to disrespect anybody or to even glorify that lifestyle, man.
He came in with a whole lot of energy, didn't he, man? Like I said, he got that Bay Area swag, man. He's a border brother. You know, growing up in Oakland's a little bit different, man. I don't know if people from down south are familiarized with Oakland, man, but it's a melting pot for basically the Black and Hispanic community, or Latino community, which I prefer to say. And you got 3 different types of groups out there in Oakland: Norteños, BBs, and the Southsiders. BBs out there they've been about that actually for a minute out there, man.
And I'm just speaking my story and you know, doing with this YouTube. But anyhow, look, man, I was, you know, I seen a few videos last week with people talking about who's active and who's active on YouTube and who's out on the street and all this and that and the third and the fourth and the fifth, all that nonsense, man. Anyhow, man, well, it's not really nonsense, man, but look, man, so they talking about who's active, man. Like, we don't know who's active. We don't know.
100, man. You know, there's a difference between being active in prison and being active on the streets, man. You could be in good standings on the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between being active. Active to me is this, man. You out there, you're functioning with a regiment, or you're over there down south working under one of your big homies, and you're doing business, you're conducting business, you're collecting taxes, you're pushing dope, whatever it may be. That to me is active. Not just someone who hasn't been anywhere or done nothing, and all of a sudden you're active. You ain't been nowhere to prove if you're going to get active or not. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth of it. It's really easy to sit there and say, I'm not in bad standings, which means you haven't, for a lot of people, it means they haven't been nowhere. And he makes a comment in this video saying that a lot of dudes, if you haven't been on a level 3 or level 4, right, he doesn't feel anybody should even be speaking on anybody. Because he said a lot of these cats that talk all this smack will probably drop out.
Oh, we don't know if you're active or not. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll send a comment and with a fake emblem with the little letter on there on the comment section with a fake name and a fake page or whatever. So we don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? thank you for the comments, though. You know what I'm saying? We need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, I tend to believe that a lot of you dudes that be on the comment section are dudes that really can't show their face. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you don't want to show your face. I don't know. But anyhow, there's a lot of YouTubers that have told you straight out, man. Look, I dropped out. I'm not active for this reason or whatever the reason may be. But they'll tell you, and they tell you that they're not active. They're not trying to facade, or they're not trying to sneak one by you. They're letting you know off top that what they are. You know what I'm saying? And and some. Also, I tend to believe that if a lot of people would like to make channels and be behind this camera, but they won't do it because they know their cover's going to be pulled.
Amen. It takes a lot of balls to come on here, man, and talk about certain things, man. Knowing that people are going to hate it, knowing people are going to attack you, knowing people are going to do all this and that. I don't think people realize how much fucking shit that we sometimes go through just doing this.
So they'd rather not be on no camera. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather just be in the comment section, right? Some people might have dropped out for whatever the reason that you dropped out. I don't know. I don't care. Some people walked away from the gang or did their prison time, came home and stopped messing around. I don't know what they did. Nobody knows what your status really is. You know what I'm saying? You can only go by what they say. I know for a fact I'm still in good standings. You know what I'm saying?
I know for a fact I've been transparent since day one. You know what I mean? I don't really sit there and talk about it because there's no reason to keep on repeating talking about it. But there's numerous videos where I've clarified.
Am I out here
doing story.
Active shit like on the street? I'm gonna defend myself. I got one. I'm gonna defend myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
I'm still dabbling out here. You know what I'm saying? I still talk to a few people, but anyhow, a lot of these dudes be talking about they active or they be talking shit about the non-actives and stuff, man.
All these dudes ain't active.
If you haven't been to prison to a level 3 or 4, you shouldn't even be running your mouth, man. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know the difference when you've been on those level caliber yards, man? The people you deal with, you know what I mean? And if you survive those yards, you know what I'm saying? You know that you have what it takes to really make it in prison, man. A lot of people don't, believe it or not. A lot of these dudes that probably are talking smack in the comments, probably PC fucking as soon as they hit a joint. See if it plays. It's kind of freezing up on me.
Because if you would have went to one of them levels, you probably would have dropped out too. You know what I'm saying? You probably would have been a non-active. See, and like I said, if you're not active and you do what you do, that's on you. I ain't got nothing bad to say about you. I'm not sticking up for you, but I'm not speaking bad about you.
Respects.
And the same thing with the actives. If you act, that's on you. You say you active, well, we don't know. If I see you in jail, we gonna know. We'll see then. Hopefully we don't have to go through that. I'm not.
See, this is why I respect him, man, because he carries himself in such a demeanor. Now, if some of us were acting up and fucking putting out fucking totally fucking fabricated bullshit, then of course he's gonna fucking sit there and go in on our ass, man, like a lot of people would. You know what I'm saying? But you got to respect people that do it justly, because he doesn't care if you're a northerner, southerner, BB, or whatnot. He's going to keep it real.
I'm trying to go back. But anyhow, but what I don't respect, though, is dudes that left their gang for whatever reason they left their gang for, and then went and joined another gang. So you left the organization to join another organization.
That's how I used to feel about it too.
And you probably did something faulty.
I have no comment.
To leave that organization, and now you run around in another organization. That made no sense, man. And I don't respect that. You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. Because more than likely you dropped out because you couldn't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people drop out in them 3s and 4s because they know they're about to die. Or they're about to get stuck, or you done got yourself in trouble. True. But most of the time is they ask you to go do something, and you didn't want to go do it. So you're like, man, hell no, I'm pulling out. You throw the towel in because you don't want to catch no more time.
We'll watch a few more minutes, guys.
That's one of the reasons why people drop out. Another reason is you probably got yourself in trouble,
Well, some people are
in
scared though.
prison, you know,
You know what I mean?
and they asked you to go do something, and again, you didn't want to go do it because you didn't want to catch no more time. You wanted to go home. You were scared to death. You know what I'm saying? Or you was looking at hella time. You was looking at hella time,
We take it.
and you were like, man, so you had to, you had to tell somebody, you know. But anyhow, regardless of what it is or what the reason is why you dropped out, you know what I'm saying? A lot of you dudes that be on the comment section talking about these non-actives, or even some rappers and other YouTube channels be throwing
Yeah.
dust, be throwing rocks at these other channels. We don't watch them channels over there because they be talking about non-active stuff or And I'm not sticking up for the act.
A lot of times it's because either we were more deeply involved or we know more than what these cats know. It's the truth of it, man. It's the truth.
You know what I'm saying? All I know is right now, because I don't know what your standings are, but anyhow, they'll say, "Oh yeah, I don't watch them channels over there because they talk about non-active stuff." And they look, man. I tune into everything. If it's Raza, North and South, non-active or active, whatever, I watch all that stuff. Why? Because I live that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I live some of them stories that they be talking about, right? For example, like Convict's Perspective and Gunner and stuff. I could vouch for Gunner. I was in YA with Gunner. We was in the spot. On Tioga Hall, Carl Holden. We was there.
Talks further about how his big home was, but it's been 11 minutes into this video, man. Let me see if I get some more at the end. Pretty much, man, he covers this part pretty good, man. And I think he should be getting some more views than what he does at times, man. I think his channel got a chance, man, because you have not yet have anybody do anything on the BBs from Oakland. You know what I'm saying? He got that base swag. He's connected to cats down south. I mean, and he's gonna keep it raw and real. You know what I'm saying? This was a sensitive topic, and I think he approached it right, man. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people approached it right. It's a subject, like I said before. Why do we always got to put titles on people? Every man represents himself and what they do today, not what they did 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I like to think that my actions are always going to be a reflection of what I'm doing here now. Because it's my really thing. Just maybe to other people, they may find it more important because it's the only thing that they got. You know what I'm saying? When people don't have anything else to discredit you, whether they find the one main thing that they can find and they're going to fucking use it repetitively over and over again, man. So what? Get over it, man. You're not going to change that thing. But in any event, man, the active, inactive, I've seen all kinds of things, man. I've seen like posts to like, oh, the active, they're taking pictures, and I'm thinking in my head, like, I don't know if you guys are plugged into your big homies as far as working with them. That's active. I don't know if someone over here is plugged in working up north with the regiment. That's active. See, that term active is and inactive is fucking really getting misused a lot, in my personal opinion. Back in the days, it was either you were functioning or active. Functioning was the word they used on the streets. I function out the Cayas, which means that you're an active soldado on the streets. See, the active, inactive stuff does not apply like it does in prison out there in the streets. You have dudes that are in good standings, some are in bad standings. But once you leave behind those walls, unless you're committed to something, you step out as a regular civilian, a convict coming out to try to be rehabilitated and do the best they can on a day-to-day basis. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's the truth. So when I see the active, inactive stuff, it's kind of fucking watered down because it's being misrepresented, personally. And if you're out here in the streets and you're living a life as a citizen, then why do you fucking worry about what's going on over in prison or whatnot? Why do you care what this channel says over here? Some people think certain people can talk on things, but others can't. No, it doesn't work that way. It's YouTube. Regardless of what we were part of in the past, present, future, we could do whatever we want. And no matter how much someone wants to criticize that, you ain't going to stop nobody from telling the truth or their story that they want to tell. That's one thing that if you know about, a lot of us ex-Northerners, right, they're not going to sit there and allow anybody to dictate what they do or don't do. So people get offended by that, and it's back to those old behaviors of conflict and shit, man. Like I said, this has been a topic going on all week. And like I always tell people, you know what I'm saying? You active, I can get active. Those are facts. Any one of us, a lot of us, I believe, will get active. We have to. And what that means is you're going to be about that action, be about that business. If someone wants to present something on your doorstep, hey, that's life. Always got to be prepared. Always got to be ready. Anyways, I thought this was a good spiel to do a little reaction to, man. I like John Diesel's content, man. I think he's pretty rock solid, man. Shouts out to everybody out there. I'm gonna be working on that Dreamer thing, man. The audio came up messed up, and I'm gonna see if I can post it later on ACP. Until then, Flacco from a Convicts Reaction. I'm out.